I know y'all got my inboxes, and I was telling you I'm going live in like 5 minutes, so I'm glad everybody could join me who's up. So good morning, good night, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. So look, tonight I just wanted to come on and just say, stop telling everybody your secrets. I was just sitting here inboxing, and I began to think about a conversation I had today. So me and a good friend of mine, her and I was just, just chit chatting and having this conversation. We were, and I was just talking about how, or how when you're moving up the ladder, that you have people that's all around you, and while you're moving up, then there's these people at the bottom, and they're looking and they're telling you what not to do because you have shared your ideas, you have shared your secrets, you have shared uh, your adventures, you've shared your business ideas, you've shared so much with them until they begin to just put their little opinions. So I was just sharing with her about, hey, listen, I was saying, hey, I met with some people and I was talking to them about some adventures that I was doing, but everything that they said was so positive, right? But when I began to talk to her, she said, well, I met with somebody the other day, and uh, they gave me this advice, and they gave me this advice. I wouldn't do this Serenity if I was you. I wouldn't even invest in that. I wouldn't even take that business idea. She just went on and on and on and on, and I began to think about, listen, you cannot share your secrets, your ideas, or your vision with other people because their scope is lower than yours. I was listening to someone today, and they said, as a turtle begins to walk across a road, their scope or where they are is lower. So they're looking from a lower level scope, so they can't see much. But if you look up, or if you go with the if you look from the perspective of a giraffe looks higher, above everything. They have a larger scope. So why am I taking advice from somebody who will stay the same? Or why am I listening to somebody who's not moving forward? But I think they call it like the crab in the bucket. Yet, like, why am I listening to them? And why am I giving them my ideas and sharing my secret with them? So I begin to think about, this conversation is not going anywhere, and I can no longer share my secrets. I can no longer share my ideas. I had a good friend that told me that they were so into just helping people, right? And they were into helping them, and they had their own business, and they began to share some secrets and give them some ideas, and giving this person some wisdom and some techniques in how to grow their business. And what that person did, they were employed, their company were employing them, but they were in there talking to somebody that was not in position to handle all their techniques and their secrets they were given. What they were doing, they were jotting it down, they were stealing it from them. So this is what I'm going to tell you: you cannot share all your secrets, all your ideas with everybody. You have to kind of keep it on lockdown. I know. Sometimes I get so excited, and I'll be like, oh, I just want to share this and share this. I get so excited, and I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. Let me call somebody to communicate or to see what they think, get their thoughts, get their ideas about my adventure. The reason why that thought or that idea came to me is because it's for me. It's not for everybody else. It's for me. It's Your ideas are for you, not for everybody else, not for you to share with everybody else, because everybody cannot handle where you're going to go. Everybody can't handle the things that you're going to do in your next year or your next few months. They're not going to be able to handle it. So I start saying, you know what? I'm gonna do this here from now on. I get some ideas. I'm going to tell it to my paper. This is what I mean. I'm going to write down my ideas in my journal. I'm going to write down my ideas on my paper. I'm going to type some things on here, right, in the computer, and keep that for me and bring that to somebody who's looking at a larger scope, from a higher scope than the people here at the little turtles, right? So let me tell you this here. Have you ever looked that you're climbing up the ladder and you're climbing up the ladder and somebody's just constantly like kind of pulling you down? That's because they're not going where you're going. Keep climbing up, because even though you may not know the way, eventually you're going to meet somebody that's going to say, hey, oh, I see where you're going. I see your ideas. I see what you're trying to do. Let me bring you and introduce you to somebody else. And when they introduce you to this other person, that person uh, has been there, has accomplish some things, and can give you so much input, so much wisdom. Uh, they can probably even fund your idea. You fund, I mean, even give you the money to even bring that idea to fruition, right? So even though you may meet somebody where you're trying to be, which may become a greater mentor or a mentor than these people here, then what happens is that's just that's just the pinnacle. That's just you have just reached a certain spot in life until you're getting ready to meet that next person to bring you up to your next level. All I'm telling you guys is that, hey, you have to keep some things to yourself. I see every when I'm doing my inboxes, listen, people saying get started, get started, get started. And I start thinking, get started, but get started on the things that your dreams or your ideas or your vision, right? So you have to start doing some things, jotting some things down. But if you get started, make sure you're only telling somebody who can match that, who can bring you up. If you're sharing something, do not share it with turtles. Do not share it with people who cannot uh, encourage you and push you along the way, run with you, talk to you about your dreams and your vision, your goals. Because if you do, then you're going to get those negative people. You're going to get them. You're going to get them telling it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And all that negativity is going to just clam up on you. And it's just going to be all over you, all around you. And then you'll be stuck in an 8 to 5, a 9 to 5, or a 7 to 4 job every day consistently. Listen to the people that have been there where you want to go. Listen to those people. Those people will help you get there. And you don't, sometimes you don't even need their money. You know what you need? You need to hear the process of how they got there. You need to listen to step by step of them not having much, not going through the ups and downs, and look where they are now. You know the most of the famous people's the actors, the Jim Carreys, uh, I think is like Brad Pitt, all these actors, Jennifer Lopez, all these different actors. They started at the bottom. They didn't get there overnight, and you're not going to get there overnight. But one day you'll wake up and you'll see yourself on top of the mountain because you took the necessary steps and you left the people, the naysayers, the negativity, behind. But once you get there, if you decide to look back and pull somebody up where you are, make sure they want to go. Make sure they want to be there where you are, because you can do it. Because sometimes when you get up there at the top of the mountain, the people that you want to go back and help have rejected you, do not want to talk to you. They have this idea of where they thought you should have been, but you had a vision on where you needed to go. So remember, stop telling your secrets, because people will steal your secrets, people will steal your ideas, people will steal even your vision. Because this some years ago, and then I'm gonna get off of here for some years ago, this is what happened. They had this guy that came up and he talked about what he wanted to do with the 8 ball. I think it's called an 8 ball that when you're playing pool or something. And so he never acted on this, but he shared it with somebody. And a couple of years later, guess what? Because he didn't want to do it, he didn't want to act upon it, he procrastinated, from year in and year out. And guess what? Somebody he shared it with took that idea and made millions off of it. It was something with the 8 ball coming back to you. I can't remember exactly what it was, exactly what it is, but they make millions off of it. But remember, if you start sharing your ideas and your secrets, people will steal them. I'm telling you, Nike happened probably from an idea. I don't know if y'all, even with Facebook, do you know Facebook, the owner of Facebook, was in a business or at home. I mean, no, they were at college and they were just sharing ideas. They built this thing. He starts telling the guy about Facebook over and over and over and over again, but he didn't have the charisma, the craft to just take it to the next level, but somebody else did. Listen to this. All I'm going to tell you guys is that there's so much in you. You have to stop telling your secrets. People are stealing your ideas. People are stealing your vision. People are stealing things. And then guess what? They're making millions off of what you were supposed to do. So listen, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. Remember, anything that you want to ask me, just inbox me. I am Serenity Speaks. Thank you for watching tonight. I'll be back on live tomorrow night. I'm going to have some fun things for you guys, okay? Coming soon. Listen, listen. Oh, listen, let me tell you this. This year, I'm going to do something very exciting. I want y'all to stay tuned to it. I was going to tell you, but I decided not to. Y'all have a good night. I am Serenity Speak, and thank you for watching.